Maya Jordan screamed, her voice breaking in the biting cold wind of Chicago's South Side. The African-American mother, her deep brown eyes shimmering with the pain of divorce, held her 8-year-old daughter, Nia, tightly as they shivered on the sidewalk. Their apartment had just burned to ashes, leaving Maya with a single crumpled dollar. A stray newspaper fluttered to her, revealing Harper House, an ancient mansion in Bronzeville, for sale for $1. The mansion of Clara Harper, a legendary African-American inventor, hid a secret of stolen technology. Maya grasped Nia's hand, her eyes blazing with resolve. Would $1 open the door to a home, or lead them into danger? The screen opens with a slow shot. Black smoke curls from the charred remains of an apartment in Chicago's South Side. The wail of fire truck sirens fades, blending with the howl of icy winter wind. The camera pans slowly across a wet sidewalk, where Maya Jordan's tattered Converse sneakers tread heavily beside Nia's tiny, soot-streaked gym shoes. Maya Jordan, 34, stood frozen on the curb, her brown skin glinting under dim yellow streetlights. Her eyes, deep as a midnight lake, reflected the anguish of an African-American mother who'd lost everything. A divorce 2 years ago from Marcus, her betraying husband, had torn her life apart. Laid off from a tech startup due to cuts, medical bills for Nia's asthma piled up, and now the fire had taken their rundown apartment, what she'd called their temporary home. In her torn jeans pocket, a crumpled dollar was all that remained, like a cruel taunt from fate. Nia, her 8-year-old daughter, pressed close, her braided pigtails trembling in the wind. Her wide eyes sparkled with childlike faith, but her small hands clutched a tattered teddy bear, clinging to the last shred of comfort. "Mom, where do we go now?" Nia whispered, her voice quivering. Maya knelt, touching her daughter's cheek, forcing a smile. "I'll figure it out, baby. I always do." A soggy, crumpled newspaper lay near a trash can. Maya picked it up, her eyes scanning a bold headline. Harper House, historic Bronzeville mansion for sale. Only $1. Under the dim streetlight, she read on. A chance to own the historic legacy of the Harper family, African-American trailblazers of Bronzeville. Harper House, a decaying mansion from the 1922, was tied to Clara Harper, a legendary inventor who vanished mysteriously after creating a world-changing device. The only condition: the buyer must restore the house to historical standards. The price? $1. Just $1. Maya felt her heart pound, as if Clara Harper whispered from the past. Bronzeville, the vibrant African-American neighborhood where legends like Louis Armstrong and Ida B. Wells once walked, was now her last hope. But a mansion for $1? It sounded like a joke, or worse, a trap. She thought of Nia, of cold nights on the streets, of the promise she had to keep. "If I don't try, I'll regret it forever," she muttered. She pulled out her phone, an old, cracked screen iPhone, and called Malcolm Reed, the real estate manager listed in the ad. His warm, seasoned African-American voice carried a cold edge, like he was reading a script. "Harper House isn't for just anyone," he said. "It needs someone with guts and money to fix it." "You sure, Miss Jordan?" Maya gripped the crumpled dollar, feeling it weigh like a ton. "I'm sure," she replied, her voice steady despite her trembling heart. Malcolm arranged to meet at Harper House the next morning. Hanging up, Maya looked at Nia, huddled on a park bench, clutching her teddy bear. "Mom, does that house have ghosts?" Nia asked, her eyes gleaming with curiosity and fear. Maya gave a faint smile, smoothing her daughter's hair. "No ghosts, baby. Just old stories. And we're going to write a new one." The camera zooms to Harper House from afar, a looming, shadowy silhouette in the fog. A faint light flickers from an upstairs window, though the house is supposedly long abandoned. Is Harper House the last chance for Maya and Nia to escape the darkness, or is a secret from Clara Harper's time waiting to consume them? Dear audience, pause for a moment to hit that subscribe button before diving into the main story, but only if you truly connect with what I'm sharing here. Drop a comment below to let me know where you're watching from and what time it is. It's amazing to see people from all over joining us. The screen opens with a pale sun rising over Bronzeville's skyline, Chicago. Sparse chirps of sparrows mingle with the rustle of wind through broken windows. The camera pans slowly to Harper House, an ancient mansion with chipped tiles and moss-streaked walls, yet radiating the majesty of a bygone golden era. The rusted iron gate creaks as Maya Jordan pushes it open, the sound echoing like a warning from the past. Maya Jordan stood before Harper House, her brown hands gripping the gate, her eyes flickering with hope and doubt. Her skin glistened with sweat in the early light, her curly hair tied back hastily. Beside her, Nia, her 8-year-old daughter, clutched her tattered teddy bear, her braided pigtails swaying as she gazed up at the mansion. "Mom, it looks like a ghost castle," Nia whispered, her voice a mix of curiosity and fear. Maya forced a smile, hiding the chill creeping up her spine. $1 had bought this house, but what was the real cost? Malcolm Reed, the real estate manager, waited on the steps. A lean African-American man in his 50s, with salt and pepper hair and razor-sharp eyes, he handed Maya a thick contract. Harper House is a historic landmark, his voice low, almost like a curse. You must restore it to code, preserving every original detail. Don't expect it to be easy. Maya skimmed the fine print, her heart pounding as she signed. The crumpled dollar traded for a heavy iron key, cold in her hand. "Welcome to Harper House, Miss Jordan," Malcolm said, but his smile didn't reach his eyes. Stepping into the main hall, Maya felt musty air wrap around her like an uninvited embrace. Peeling walls revealed intricate carved patterns, traces of a glorious past. Weak light from broken windows cast shifting shadows on the rotting wooden floor, forming strange shapes, as if the house were telling a story. Nia pointed to a brass plaque engraved with Clara Harper's name, the African-American inventor who made Bronzeville a beacon of innovation before vanishing in 1929. "Who is she, Mom?" Nia asked, her small finger touching the plaque. Maya didn't answer, but her heart raced, as if Clara Harper watched from somewhere close. They cleaned the ground floor, dust clinging to their clothes. Maya found a broken chandelier, its crystal fragments glinting like forgotten memories. Nia, with childlike curiosity, darted around the hall, her small shoes echoing. "Mom, look," she squealed, pointing to a gap behind an old bookshelf. Maya pulled hard, revealing a hidden wooden door, its rusted lock still sturdy. Cold air rushed out, carrying the scent of metal and mystery. "Don't go in, Nia," Maya said sternly, but her eyes lit up with a hunch. This house wasn't just a shelter, it hid something bigger, deeper. As the sun set, darkness enveloped Harper House, turning it into a shadowy maze. Maya and Nia slept on the hall floor, wrapped in a thin blanket, moonlight filtering through broken windows. The wind hissed through cracks like whispers, and then, click, a sharp sound echoed from upstairs, where no one should be. Maya sat up, heart pounding, clutching Nia as she nestled closer. This house was more alive than she'd thought. The camera zoomed slowly to the hidden door behind the bookshelf, faint light from upstairs spilling down an old wooden staircase, beckoning, challenging. Is Harper House truly abandoned, or is a secret from Clara Harper's time waiting for Maya to uncover and pay the price? All right, dear audience, if you're hooked on this story, comment 1 or "I'm still here" to keep listening. The screen opens with the creak of the hidden wooden door behind the bookshelf, dust swirling as Maya Jordan pushes it open. The beam of her old flashlight cuts through the dark, illuminating a stone staircase descending underground. Her heartbeat thuds, mingling with the drip of water somewhere in the chilly space. The camera follows Maya's hesitant steps, while Nia stands behind, clutching her teddy bear, her wide eyes glinting with fear. Maya Jordan, the 3-4-year-old African-American mother, felt damp air cling to her brown skin as she descended the stairs. Her curly hair, tied back hastily, trembled as if sensing the stirring instinct. Harper House, the ancient Bronzeville mansion, wasn't just ruins. It whispered a secret. Nia, her 8-year-old daughter, gripped her mother's sleeve, pigtails swaying. "Mom, this place is scary," she whispered, her voice shaking. Maya squeezed her hand, keeping her tone calm. "It's just a basement, baby. Let's see what Clara left us." The stairs led to a secret laboratory, hidden deep underground. Maya's flashlight swept over rotting wooden shelves, filled with broken test tubes and rusted metal devices. An old desk stood at the center, holding a worn leather journal engraved with Clara Harper's name. Maya flipped through it, her heart racing as she read handwritten lines. The ink faded but clear. Clara Harper, Bronzeville's legendary African-American inventor, had created a revolutionary data storage device in the 1920 seconds, a precursor to modern cloud technology. It could store terabytes of data on a self-sustaining energy core, a feat far ahead of her time. But the journal revealed a dark truth. Calvin Drake, her partner, stole the blueprints, claimed them as his own, and erased Clara from history. Maya froze when she found a document tucked in the journal, a handwritten family tree, dense with names and dates. The last line stopped her breath. Maya Jordan, born 1991, Clara Harper's great-granddaughter. She was Clara's direct descendant, the rightful heir to a billion-dollar invention. "I'm part of her family?" Nia asked, looking up with curious, shining eyes. Maya nodded, her mind reeling. Harper House wasn't just a refuge. It was her legacy, a responsibility heavier than she'd imagined. In the corner, Maya found an old metal box, locked with a combination. Inside, she discovered a small, circular device glowing faintly blue, as if alive after nearly a century. It was Clara's prototype, still powered by its strange energy core. Maya held it, feeling the weight of history in her palm. But then, heavy footsteps echoed from the hall above, not Nia's small shoes, but slow, deliberate, like a stranger's. She quickly stuffed the device in her pocket, pulling Nia behind a shelf. "Quiet, baby," she whispered, heart pounding. The flashlight went out, darkness swallowing them. The footsteps stopped at the staircase, and a deep male voice cut through, cold as winter wind. "Who's down there?" Maya gripped Nia's hand, her breath catching. Harper House was no longer abandoned. It was being watched. The camera zooms to the device in Maya's hand, its blue light pulsing like a heartbeat. The footsteps resume, closer, slower, like a threat. Can Maya protect Clara Harper's technological secret, or will the stranger in the shadows take everything, including her and Nia's lives? Maya Jordan, the 3-4-year-old African-American mother, felt her heart pound as she hid the device in her coat pocket. Nia, her 8-year-old daughter, pressed close, her pigtails trembling, her wide eyes glinting with fear. The footsteps from the hall above had stopped, but a sense of danger clung to Maya like Bronzeville's icy chill. She led Nia up the stairs, each creak of the wood like the house's whisper. Back in the main hall, dawn's light filtered through broken windows, but it didn't dispel the feeling of being watched. Maya checked the hidden door, still shut, but the rusted lock bore fresh scratches, as if someone had tried to pry it open. The next day, Maya took the device to a small repair shop in Bronzeville, where Jamal Carter, a 30-year-old African-American tech engineer, worked. With dreadlocks tied neatly and a warm smile, Jamal was an old college friend who always believed in Maya's potential. She told him about the lab, Clara Harper, and her family connection. Jamal examined the device, his eyes lighting up. "This isn't just an antique, Maya. It's a precursor to cloud tech, a self-sustaining energy core. If it works, it's worth billions." Maya felt a spark of hope, but also a heavy duty. "Clara lost everything for this," she muttered. "I can't let that happen to Nia." But hope quickly faded. A letter from Drake Tech, a tech giant led by Roland Drake, Calvin Drake's descendant, the man who stole Clara's idea, arrived at Harper House. Its cold words claimed intellectual property rights to Clara's device and demanded Maya surrender the mansion within 48 hours or face a lawsuit. Maya gripped the letter, feeling suffocated. Roland Drake, an African-American man known for ruthlessness in tech, didn't just want the device. He wanted to erase Clara's legacy to protect his empire. Maya and Jamal worked through the night in his shop, trying to activate the device. Under fluorescent lights, they found the energy core still functioned, emitting encrypted data, Clara's technical formula, enough to prove she was the true inventor. "If we go public with this, Drake Tech's done," Maya said, her voice firm but eyes betraying worry. Jamal nodded, but warned. "Roland doesn't play fair, Maya. He'll do anything to win." That night, returning to Harper House, Maya and Nia saw a black SUV parked at the gate, its headlights off. A tall figure stepped out, face hidden in shadow. "Miss Jordan," a deep voice called, "hand over the device, or you'll lose more than this house." Maya pulled Nia inside, locking the door, her heart racing. Through the window, she saw the figure vanish into the night, but a note slid under the door. 48 hours. "Don't test me." Maya held Nia, hiding her fear. She looked around the hall, where Clara Harper's brass plaque gleamed under moonlight. "I won't let them take what's ours," she whispered, her voice trembling. Harper House wasn't just a home, it was a battlefield. The camera zooms to the note under the door, fluttering in the breeze. The device in Maya's pocket pulses blue, a reminder of the legacy and the risk. Can Maya stand against a tech giant to protect Clara's invention, or will Roland Drake crush her as he did her ancestor? The screen opens with Harper House under a fiery red sunset, like blood streaking Bronzeville's sky, Chicago. The camera pans slowly past broken windows, where Maya Jordan stands motionless, clutching Drake Tech's threatening note, 48 hours. "Don't test me." The wind howls, blending with her racing heartbeat, as if time counts down. A small figure, Nia, huddles behind her mother, pigtails trembling, eyes glinting with worry. Maya Jordan, the 4-year-old African-American mother, felt her chest tighten. Her brown skin glistened with sweat, her curly hair disheveled from sleepless nights. Harper House, bought for $1, was now a battleground between her and Roland Drake, Drake Tech's tycoon, who sought to steal Clara Harper's legacy, Maya's ancestor. The tech device, Clara's self-sustaining energy core, lay safe in her coat pocket, but each blue pulse reminded her of the cost of keeping it. "I won't let them win, Nia," Maya whispered, holding her 8-year-old daughter tightly, hiding the fear gnawing at her. Maya turned to Denise Coleman, a sharp African-American lawyer in her 40s, known in Bronzeville for defending the community against corporate giants. With short, silver-streaked hair and eyes like knives, Denise flipped through Drake Tech's letter, lips pursed. "Roland Drake plays dirty, Maya. He'll use money and power to crush you. But we have something he doesn't, the truth." Denise led Maya to the Chicago Public Library's Bronzeville branch. Among old shelves, they found historical records, a 1,000 927 contract confirming Clara Harper's intellectual property rights to the device, and a letter accusing Calvin Drake of theft. "This is our weapon," Denise said, her voice low but fierce. Meanwhile, Roland Drake escalated. One morning, Maya found a ground floor window of Harper House smashed, glass shards glinting like warnings. An online article, funded by Drake Tech, smeared Maya as a con artist, exploiting Bronzeville's legacy. Rumors spread, alienating some neighbors, but not all. Mrs. Evelyn Turner, a 70-year-old African-American woman living across from Harper House, knocked with a plate of cornbread. "Don't let them shake you, child," she said, her deep brown eyes firm. "Bronzeville doesn't turn on its own." Evelyn rallied neighbors, artists, teachers, mechanics, African Americans who'd heard Clara Harper's legend. They stood by Maya, bringing coffee, blankets, and stories of ancestors, making Harper House a symbol of unity. Maya and Denise prepared for the legal fight. Jamal Carter, the dreadlocked tech engineer, helped activate the device, decoding part of its data to reveal Clara's full technical formula. "If we present this in court, Drake Tech's finished," Jamal said, his smile bright. But pressure mounted. One night, as Maya tucked Nia into bed on the hall floor, a crash echoed outside. A brick flew through a window, with a note, "Leave, or lose everything." Nia screamed, clutching her teddy bear. Maya pulled her close, heart aching, but eyes blazing. "They think I'll give up, but they don't know who I am," she muttered. Bronzeville's community took action. They held a meeting at a local church, raising funds to repair Harper House and sharing Clara's story online, sparking the number Justice for Clara movement. But late one night, as Maya checked the device, a message flashed, system accessed remotely. Someone was trying to hack Clara's legacy. The camera zooms to the device, its blue light pulsing faster, signaling danger. Outside the window, a black SUV glides by in the dark, headlights off. "Dear audience, are you still here? Take a moment to relax, maybe grab a glass of water, and keep listening to this gripping story. Comment 1 if you're hooked. Don't forget to hit subscribe." Maya Jordan, the 4-year-old African-American mother, felt the courtroom air heavy like a storm about to break. Harper House, her ancestor Clara Harper's legacy, and her revolutionary tech device were threatened by Roland Drake, Drake Tech's tycoon. The threatening note, broken windows, and attempts to hack Clara's device haunted Maya. But she wasn't alone. Denise Coleman, the sharp African-American lawyer with silver-streaked hair and a cutting voice, stood by her, holding a thick file, their weapon against Roland. Bronzeville's community, from Mrs. Evelyn Turner to young locals, filled the courtroom, their eyes like flames igniting hope. The trial began, and Roland Drake entered, a 50-year-old African-American man in an expensive black suit, his eyes cold as steel. His top-tier legal team, led by a tall white man, thundered that Maya had stolen intellectual property from Drake Tech. Maya's heart clenched, but Denise whispered, "He's got money. We've got truth." Before the trial, Roland cornered Maya in the hallway, his voice low like a hiss. "Hand over the device, miss. Jordan, I'll pay 10 million. You and the kid can live easy. Don't make me play dirtier." Maya met his gaze, her voice shaking but firm. Clara's legacy isn't for sale. In the courtroom, Denise presented evidence. She held up Clara Harper's journal, its faded pages telling of an African-American inventor betrayed by Calvin Drake, Roland's ancestor. A 1,927 contract from the Chicago Public Library confirmed Clara's intellectual property rights. The device's decoded data, thanks to Jamal Carter, proved her technical formula. Bronzeville's crowd murmured excitedly, but Roland's lawyer countered, calling the evidence forged, and Maya, an opportunist. Roland smirked at Maya, as if she were prey caught in a trap. Mrs. Evelyn stood from the audience, her voice trembling but strong, recounting Clara Harper's legend in Bronzeville, a woman who inspired generations before being erased from history. Other neighbors, artists, mechanics, rose, sharing stories of ancestors and community resilience. The judge, an African-American woman with pensive eyes, listened intently. Denise closed with a steely line. Harper House and Clara's invention belong to Maya Jordan, the rightful heir, not the thief who built an empire on stolen work. After an endless deliberation, the judge struck her gavel. The court declares Maya Jordan the lawful owner of Harper House and Clara Harper's device. Draketech's claims are dismissed. Bronzeville erupted, applause roaring like a tide. Maya hugged Nia, tears streaming down her cheeks, not from fear but pride. Roland stood, his face darkening, and left without a word. But as Maya watched, his glance wasn't defeat, it was a promise of a fight unfinished. That night, at Harper House, Maya and Nia sat under moonlight, Clara's device pulsing in her hand. She thought of the victory, but a cold instinct stirred. An anonymous text hit her phone. You won this round, but the game's not over. The camera zooms to the device, its blue light flickering faster, signaling a new threat. Outside the window, Bronzeville's darkness seems to hide an unseen danger. The screen opens with Harper House glowing under Bronzeville's morning sun, its mossy walls now freshly painted, its tiled roof gleaming like dragon scales. Hammers clatter and Bronzeville's laughter mingles with soft jazz, the rhythm of new life. The camera pans slowly past the open iron gate, where Maya Jordan stands, her brown skin shining with pride, her eyes blazing. Nia, her 8-year-old daughter, skips beside her, pigtails bouncing, her smile bright as a torch. Maya Jordan, the 3-4-year-old African-American mother, stood before Harper House, no longer ruins, but a reborn symbol of Bronzeville, Chicago. The court victory confirmed her as the rightful owner of the mansion and Clara Harper's tech device, her ancestors' legacy. The device, a self-sustaining energy core, a precursor to cloud technology, was now the key to restoring a stolen heritage. With help from Jamal Carter, the dreadlocked tech engineer, Maya turned it into the foundation for a startup, Claratech. The company wasn't just about profit, but creating education and jobs for the African-American community. Bronzeville's community, from Mrs. Evelyn Turner to young locals, helped restore Harper House. Walls were repainted, windows replaced, and the overgrown garden bloomed with Clara's beloved yellow daisies. Maya turned the mansion into the Clara Harper Innovation Hub, a community center where African-American kids learned coding, design, and their ancestors' history. Each morning, children's laughter echoed in the main hall, where Clara Harper's brass plaque shone like an eternal flame. This isn't just a house, Maya murmured, watching Nia sketch circuits with Jamal. This is the future. Claratech gained traction fast. A tech investment fund, led by Aisha Brooks, an African-American woman, backed the project, helping Maya scale up. Clara's decoded formulas became the basis for energy-efficient cloud applications, generating profits reinvested into Bronzeville. Maya hired single mothers, like she'd been, jobless, hopeless, to work at the hub. Clara fought so we'd have a chance, Maya told them, her voice warm. Now it's our turn. Nia, now a radiant girl, became the hub's symbol. She led peers through the secret lab, where Clara's device was displayed as a living legacy. My great-grandma made this, Nia boasted, her eyes sparkling. Maya watched, her heart full, but recalled the post-trial anonymous text. The game's not over. Roland Drake, though defeated in court, loomed like a shadow. One evening, as Maya checked Claratech's system, a warning flashed. Data accessed unauthorized. Someone was still targeting Clara's legacy. She stood in Harper House's hall, moonlight illuminating Clara's plaque. Bronzeville had made the house a beacon, but Maya knew the challenge wasn't over. She clenched her fists, eyes resolute. "They want to steal this legacy again," she muttered. "But they won't touch Nia or Clara." The camera zooms slowly to Clara's device, its blue light pulsing unevenly, signaling a new threat. Outside the window, a figure slips through the dark, vanishing into a Bronzeville alley. The screen opens with Harper House radiant under Bronzeville's sunlight, yellow daisies blooming in the garden, children's laughter echoing from the Clara Harper Innovation Hub. The camera pans slowly past Maya Jordan, her brown skin glowing with pride, standing beside Nia, her 8-year-old daughter, whose bright smile and waving hand shine before Clara Harper's brass plaque. Soft jazz swells, blending with the pulse of a reborn community. Harper House, from ashes, became a beacon of hope. Maya Jordan, a resilient African-American mother, turned divorce and poverty into strength, restoring Clara Harper's legacy, a forgotten inventor. Claratech, Maya's startup, didn't just bring cutting-edge tech to the world, but lit dreams for Bronzeville's kids and mothers who'd lost everything. The lesson from Maya's journey: even in darkness, a small spark, like a dollar, can ignite a sky. But the shadowy figure in the night and the message, the game's not over. Hint that Roland Drake, or a new enemy, still lurks. Is Clara's legacy safe, or is another storm coming? Leave a comment if you want part 2. What moved you most? Maya's resilience, Nia's smile, or Bronzeville's spirit? Subscribe to catch the next chapter and share this story with friends and family across the US. Thrilled you're here. Where are you watching from? And what time is it?